What's happening, Bronco fans? This is your boy, the OG Bronc Nuts from the 719 West, and game number 2 of the preseason is in the books. Now, the Broncos lose the game 24-23, blew like a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter. I think we saw some good things and some bad things in this game. As far as our first team goes, offensively and defensively, I think we looked much better against the run defensively this week than we did last week. Bradley Chubb came up with a nice tackle in the end zone to get us a safety and the first points on the board. I don't think Case Keenum looked great, but he did get a touchdown pass into Jeff Hireman. It's good to see him back. I mean, it's nice to see a big 6'5", 255 tight end body on the field for us. I thought, players of the game to me was Phillip Lindsay. I mean, the guy's going to find a way to make this football team, and good for him. Local Denver kid, product of CU, but to see him be able to make tackles on punts and kick off special teams out of the backfield, he looked nice catching the ball and running the ball. And, also in the return game, I mean, when you can play a lot of positions and fill a lot of roles for a team and you only take up one roster spot, man, it makes you a really valuable player. Again, quarterback play from Keenum. I mean, I wasn't anything jumping up and down for joy. I think he missed some passes, but I think all of those things are going to come. This is a new offense, new guys with him, and I can see that Case Keenum's going to have enough for us. We're going to be a lot better at quarterback this year than we were last year. Trust me. And we're going to be able to score more points. I really believe that. Also thought Chad Kelly had another great game, had that touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton, and he looked just generally well, took care of the ball, didn't make any risky throws, had good command and good leadership out there on the field, and it was nice to see him hook up for Sutton. Sutton's been kind of quiet in the preseason, but he's been lighting it up in practice and making all the highlight reels every single day from what I've seen. Also, I like Marquette King. I mean, you guys can say what you want about him being an ex-Raider, and I know that he had some problems in the Raiders locker room, and he might have some here too. He's already had some problems with some reporters, but the bottom line is, man, this guy's a heck of a punter. I think that one that he kicked out right there could have been reviewed in a real, tight football game. That he maybe pinched it out there right at the 1 yard line, but they didn't even review it. He had a couple really good kicks. One, I think a guy caught on the 4 or 3. So, I mean, what a weapon when you've got a defense that's pretty decent. Keep in mind, we're not playing Chris Harris tonight. Miller only played a couple series. And, Isaac Yiadom, I think we definitely saw that he's not ready for the big time yet as a corner, but he's got some potential to be there. I mean, I still think even Roby looks a little bit shaky playing corner. Suet Craven still didn't play in this game. First game that we had our whole offensive line together, and I thought that we pass protected fairly well. I mean, much better than we did last year. So I think that we can take some positives out of this game. From what I've seen in the first half. Whether we win or lose the game is kind of irrelevant to me, because at the end of the game, the guys that are playing trying to win or stop the other team from winning probably aren't going to make the team anyway. Couple bad things tonight. One was the penalties. I mean, I think we had 24 penalties in this game. I mean, that's a lot of penalties. And, of course, it turned into kind of a rugby game again with every time somebody lowered their head even just a little bit, it was a 15-yard flag. I thought the Broncos had one early in the game that was thrown against us that was crazy call. I mean, the guy didn't even we didn't even touch him with his head. And I thought the Bears had one too. And this is really a new rule change that's going to concern me for this year, because I think it's going to affect a lot of football games, and I think it's a shame to see happen. Another thing I didn't really like from the game, again, Isaiah McKenzie, right? I mean, look, guy had a big game last week, and he had a good game today, really, except for one play where he's trying to make a play. But this is just dumb football, and this is what I got on him last year about. Just dumb things. Time's not really a factor. We're going down. We got a guy that's a first-round draft pick, 3-year veteran in the NFL who's been in real-life football games. Should be an easy task going up against the third-string defense. And Isaiah McKenzie, gets caught in a bunch of traffic and thinks he's really the human joy. This ain't college, man. Isaiah, just catch the ball, get what you can, cover it up, and go down. We were on a drive to kick a field goal to win the game. This is why I can't put you in the game if I'm the coach, because I can't trust you. I know you're a heck of a talent, and I'm dang sure not giving up on you yet. And I think it was big courage today, that hit that you took the fair catch. He gets smacked by a guy who doesn't see the fair catch, goes in for concussion protocol review, comes back out, catches another kick, makes a nice return. I mean, you had a really good thing going, had a couple nice receptions, but, it's all the plays in the game matter, all of them. It doesn't matter all the other things you did in the game, because that one game killed a drive and a potential for the Broncos to win a football game. Paxton Lynch, I think he took a couple of unnecessary sacks, missed a wide-open receiver for a 30-40. I mean, this is according to Brian Greasy, who's an analyst, who's also a Denver Broncos ex-quarterback. I didn't personally see the wide receiver that was wide open, but Greasy said it was there. And I don't know. I just think Paxton's days are numbered in a Bronco uniform. I think it's best we just move on from him, because this is the third year in a row he hasn't been able to beat out a 7th-round draft pick. Twice with Trevor Siemian, and now trying to beat out a backup. Still can't beat out a 7th-round draft pick, and that's a credit to Chad Kelly. I mean, Swag's playing well. And that ball he threw to Sutton was a BB, was a bullet, was a dart, and there's big things to look forward to with him down the road. One person to keep your eye on is number 62, A.J. Johnson. So for those of you who don't know who this is a big guy, man. He's a big, big man. A few years ago in the draft, I think they had him going number 1 or in the first round or second round. Got into a court case litigation with alleged rape charges that he got acquitted from. And after being acquitted, Broncos offered him a contract, gave him a $50,000 signing bonus, which is a record in Broncos history. He just got signed a couple of days ago, hadn't had on pads, hasn't done anything. Got in the game, made a big tackle on special teams, big nice hit, and got involved a little bit in the fourth quarter. So you can definitely tell he's not in football shape right now, but he's a big human being, and if we can get him molded into something and to help us out in the interior linebacker core and our defense, that's going to be a real big help. That's it for now. This is the OG Bronc Nuts, the 50,000-watt blowtorch voice, 4-star captain, 3-time ring-checking Super Bowl champ, boss of the AFC West. And I'm checking up out of here, and I'll be with you next week when we take on the Washington Redskins in the real dress rehearsal. And I'm going to save my opinions for what I think is involved in our team, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers from what I've seen so far. I'm out. See you tomorrow, suckers.